Have you ever devoted a great deal of care and deep concern for your loved ones, only to be met with exploitation and betrayal? Some people only show up when they need help, then disappear as soon as their goals are achieved, like birds flying away after the spring. How can we restore balance and maintain inner peace after such events? In this context, the timeless philosophy of Stoicism emerges as a beacon of light for us. By exploring 10 principles of communication in relationships between men and women, you will learn how to restore and enhance your inner strength. Avoid these 10 mistakes, and you will witness a positive transformation in yourself and your relationships. So, if you are facing challenges in a relationship, take time to reflect and join us on this enlightening journey to broaden your perspective and deepen your understanding, along with this valuable philosophy. Before we begin, make sure you have hit the like button to support us. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications to not miss any valuable content. And if you find this content valuable, please leave your thoughts and share it with someone in need. Now, let's get started. Number 1, don't let obsession destroy you. Picture your life as if you were constantly redecorating your home to suit someone else's taste, never considering your own preferences. You spend so much time and energy making sure everything is perfect for them that your own style and comfort become afterthoughts. This is what happens when you let your life revolve entirely around others, much like a satellite endlessly orbiting a planet. When you pour all your focus into someone else, you risk losing sight of your own dreams, desires, and the unique traits that make you who you are. Let's say you love painting, but your partner thinks it's a waste of time. So you pack away your brushes and canvases, telling yourself that it doesn't matter. Or perhaps you enjoy hiking, but your friends prefer hanging out at the mall. So you stop exploring the trails you once loved. Over time, these small sacrifices pile up, and you find yourself disconnected from the things that once brought you joy. Instead of continually adjusting your life to align with others' expectations, consider the sage advice of Marcus Aurelius. Nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. This profound statement reminds us that true peace and fulfillment come from within, not from constantly striving to please others. When you get too caught up in someone else's narrative, it can throw your own life off balance, leaving you in the shadows, feeling undervalued and overlooked. Stoicism teaches us the importance of living according to our own principles and values. It encourages us to find contentment within ourselves rather than seeking validation from others. Imagine the strength you would gain by focusing on your own growth and well-being. By doing so, you not only enhance your own life, but also become a more balanced and grounded individual, capable of contributing positively to the lives of those around you. It's time to step out of the role of a supporting actor in someone else's script. Reclaim your life as the main character in your own story. Break free from being a secondary player and take the lead. Remember, your life is your own masterpiece, waiting for you to paint it with bold strokes and bright colors. Embrace your individuality, cherish your unique journey, and never let anyone else's needs overshadow your own brilliance. You deserve to shine in the spotlight, celebrated and true to yourself. Incorporating Stoic principles, you can assert your preferences respectfully and find a balance that honors both your needs and those of others. Start by acknowledging your own desires and expressing them confidently. If you love painting, make time for it. If hiking brings you peace, schedule regular outings. By doing so, you stay true to yourself and maintain your inner tranquility, as Marcus Aurelius advises. Remember, living a Stoic life means understanding that you cannot control others, but you can control your reactions and choices. By prioritizing your well-being and staying connected to your own values, you create a life that reflects your true self. This way, you not only build a more fulfilling existence, but also inspire those around you to do the same. Be the author of your own story, and let it be a tale of authenticity, strength, and unwavering self-respect. Number 2, limit your time investment in them. Don't dedicate all your precious time to someone else's never-ending needs. Each minute you overinvest in them is a minute you can't get back, a fragment of your life that fades into the void forever. Time is your most valuable possession, a treasure to be cherished, not a currency to be spent on fulfilling endless demands. Seneca pointed out a profound truth. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. By giving all your time to someone else, you're missing out on the rich, vibrant experiences your life has to offer. Imagine dedicating all your time to a friend who constantly needs your help but never makes an effort to solve their own problems. Each time they call, you drop everything to assist them. Soon, your own goals and dreams start to slip away because you're too busy handling someone else's issues. This is a classic example of over-investing your time in others. It's time to take back your hours and minutes. They belong solely to you. Don't let someone else's needs cloud your entire existence. Strive for balance. Use your time wisely and thoughtfully. Spend it on activities that spark your passion, contribute to your growth, and fulfill you deeply. Remember, you control your own time. Don't squander it on individuals who may not appreciate its true value. Prioritize yourself and your aspirations, and watch how your life transforms when you focus on what truly enriches you. In relationships, this principle is equally crucial. Don't let a partner's demands consume your entire schedule. If they truly care about you, they will understand and support your need for personal time and growth. A balanced relationship respects each person's time and encourages mutual growth. Epictetus reminds us that we should focus on what we can control. You can't control other people's needs or their appreciation of your time, but you can control how you choose to spend it. So, take charge of your hours and minutes, invest them in what matters to you, and see how your life flourishes when you live by this Stoic wisdom. Number 3, don't adjust your life to suit others. Imagine you're cooking a meal, but instead of following your own recipe, you try to incorporate every suggestion from friends and family. The result? A dish that's confusing and unsatisfying, leaving you wondering what went wrong. This is much like what happens when you bend over backwards to meet everyone's expectations. As Seneca wisely pointed out, everywhere means nowhere. Spreading yourself too thin across many directions can leave you feeling scattered and without a clear destination. Think of a time when you agreed to take on extra tasks at work just to keep your colleagues happy. You might have ended up feeling overwhelmed, with your own project suffering as a result. Or recall a situation where you tried to please everyone in your social circle, agreeing to plans you didn't enjoy just to avoid disappointing others. This constant attempt to meet external expectations drains your energy and dilutes your sense of self. In relationships, especially with women, it's crucial to stay true to your principles and not mold yourself into someone you're not just to gain approval. For instance, if you constantly change your interests or opinions to match those of your partner, you may lose sight of your own passions and values. This can lead to a loss of respect from both your partner and yourself, as authenticity is key to building meaningful connections. It's time to stop camouflaging yourself to blend into the background, and instead, step into the spotlight like a beacon in the darkness. Embrace your unique qualities and celebrate your individuality. Resist the urge to let others shape your journey. Seize the reins of your life and carve out your own path. Remember, your life is a canvas awaiting your brush. It's not a sketch to be drawn by someone else. Take, for example, someone like Socrates, who never compromised his beliefs despite facing severe consequences. His unwavering commitment to his principles inspired generations and left a lasting legacy. Similarly, you should let your true colors burst forth and illuminate the world with your authenticity and vision. This is your moment to show the world exactly who you are and what you stand for. When you live authentically, you not only honor yourself, but also attract people who appreciate and respect you for who you are. This is the essence of a fulfilling life, as advised by the Stoics. So embrace your strengths, acknowledge your weaknesses, and lead a life that is genuinely yours. Number 4, prioritize your mental health and happiness. Prioritizing someone else's happiness over your own mental well-being is like continuously pouring water into another's cup while yours remains empty. When you constantly put others' needs before your own, you're essentially giving them the steering wheel to your joy, allowing them to drive your emotions and well-being wherever they please. This often leads to a cycle where you're perpetually trying to fill their needs while your own well-being dwindles, leaving you feeling unfulfilled and exhausted. From a Stoic perspective, this approach is unsustainable. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-control and maintaining our inner peace. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, reminds us that we should not place our happiness in things outside our control. By always prioritizing others at the expense of our own well-being, we surrender control of our emotions and happiness to external factors. This is contrary to Stoic wisdom, which emphasizes the need to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and responses. Think about a friend who is always there for others, constantly offering a listening ear and a helping hand. While this is admirable, if they never set boundaries and allow themselves time to recharge, they risk burnout. They might find themselves feeling resentful or overwhelmed, unable to truly enjoy their relationships. It's vital to take a moment to step back and regain control of your life. Your mental health and happiness are precious treasures that should be guarded fiercely, not given away lightly or overlooked in the service of someone else's contentment. Instead of being a secondary character in someone else's life story, it's time to step into the lead role in your own narrative. Guard your inner peace and happiness with the same commitment and zeal as a treasure hunter protects a prized discovery. Strengthen your emotional resilience and resolve never to let others drain your happiness. Remember, your mind is your sanctuary, a space that belongs solely to you, where you have the ultimate authority to shape your destiny and find joy in your journey. Embrace this power and let your life reflect your own needs, aspirations, and dreams. In relationships, this means setting healthy boundaries. If someone constantly demands your time and energy without reciprocating, it's crucial to communicate your needs clearly and assertively. For example, if your partner always expects you to drop everything for them, explain that while you value the relationship, you also need time for yourself to recharge. By doing so, you not only protect your well-being, but also teach others to respect your boundaries. In the end, prioritizing your well-being is not selfish. It is essential for a balanced, fulfilling life. When you take care of yourself, you are better equipped to support and care for others. By embodying Stoic principles and maintaining control over your inner peace, you can create a harmonious life where your needs are met and your happiness flourishes. Number 5, Don't say yes just to meet their expectations. Agreeing to do things that bring you no joy is like trading in your favorite activities for those that leave you feeling flat and uninspired. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Therefore, when you consent to actions that clash with your inner desires, it's like wearing shoes that don't fit. Every step becomes painful and unnatural. This kind of sacrifice leads to growing unhappiness, as if you're veering off the path that's truly meant for you. Imagine you love painting, but you constantly agree to attend social events that drain your energy and leave you little time for your art. Over time, your passion fades, and you find yourself living a life that feels foreign and unfulfilling. This scenario reflects the Stoic principle of aligning your actions with your true self and not being swayed by external pressures. It's crucial to break away from the habit of trying to please everyone else at the expense of your own happiness. Learning to say no can be as refreshing as a cool breeze on a stifling day. It frees you from unwanted burdens and hands back the reins of your life. Remember, you're not here to perform on command or seek constant approval from the crowd. Life is about being genuine, about honoring your true self, even when it's difficult. Listen to your heart and trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, give yourself permission to step back. Your life is your personal narrative to craft, not just a supporting role in someone else's drama. You are the main character, the hero of your own story. Embrace this role. Step into the spotlight and live according to your own rules and rhythms. This isn't just about choosing happiness. It's about respecting and nurturing your deepest self. If you're passionate about writing but constantly find yourself overwhelmed with obligations that leave no time for your craft, it's time to reassess. Say no to the extra work assignments that don't align with your goals. Dedicate that time to your writing, honoring your true passions and desires. This shift not only brings you joy, but also aligns with the Stoic practice of focusing on what truly matters to you. In conclusion, never sacrifice your joy for the sake of pleasing others. By staying true to yourself and prioritizing your own happiness, you are not only respecting your own needs, but also living a life of authenticity and fulfillment. Number 6. Don't let the fear of loneliness control you. Making decisions out of fear, especially the fear of being alone, is like trying to navigate a treacherous road in the pitch dark. Without a light to guide you, every step is uncertain, and you might end up somewhere you never planned to be. In relationships, this fear-driven decision-making often leads to poor choices and compromises that undermine your well-being and happiness. Let's explore how Stoicism can help us navigate these uncertainties. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. One thing firmly within our control is our mindset and how we perceive being alone. Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, reminds us, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By shifting our perspective, we can transform solitude into a period of self-discovery and growth. Consider the wisdom of Aristotle, who observed, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." This isn't just a philosophical statement, it's practical advice for everyday life. Taking time to understand yourself, to explore the inner landscapes of your soul, and to celebrate what makes you uniquely you is invaluable. This self-awareness forms the foundation for making sound decisions, not out of fear, but out of a deep understanding of your own needs and values. For example, You are in a relationship where you constantly feel unappreciated. The fear of being alone might compel you to stay, even when it's clear that the relationship is detrimental to your well-being. However, by embracing solitude and focusing on self-improvement, you learn to value yourself more. You begin to see that being alone doesn't mean you're lonely. It means you have the opportunity to cultivate a loving relationship with yourself. Building a strong, loving relationship with yourself creates a solid base for all other relationships. When you eventually decide to let someone into your life, it won't be because you're running from solitude, but because they add something special to your world. They complement and enhance your already full life. This approach aligns perfectly with the Stoic principle of living according to nature, which means living in harmony with your true self and values. Recognize your own value and refuse to make choices based on fear. When faced with the fear of being alone, remember the Stoic practice of voluntary discomfort. Spend some time alone on purpose to get used to it. This practice strengthens your resilience and shows you that you can thrive in your own company. Welcome the journey of self-discovery with open arms and let courage be your guiding light. This approach will lead you toward a life brimming with satisfaction and meaningful connections. Each relationship you choose will not be out of necessity, but out of a mutual desire for enrichment and growth. In conclusion, don't make decisions out of fear, especially in relationships. Embrace the teachings of Stoicism to cultivate self-awareness, self-love, and resilience. By doing so, you create a life filled with authentic, fulfilling relationships that enhance your journey rather than define it. Number 7. Don't let someone else disrupt your connections. Avoid drifting away from your friends and family just because you're captivated by someone else. It's like neglecting the roots of a tree while only watering a single branch. Ultimately, this harms the whole tree. Think of each friend and family member as a vital root or branch that supports and sustains you. If you start to distance yourself from these important people, it's not just about losing a few contacts. You're risking the entire support network that has always been there to hold you up. Consider the wisdom of the Stoics, who emphasize the importance of balance and interconnectedness in our lives. Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic philosopher, wrote, "What affects one part affects the whole." This means that if we neglect our relationships with friends and family, we are not just hurting those relationships, we are harming ourselves. Imagine you have a friend who has always been there for you, supporting you through tough times and celebrating your successes. If you suddenly start ignoring this friend because you are enamored with someone new, not only are you hurting your friend, but you are also losing a valuable source of support and joy. Over time, you might find yourself feeling isolated and less supported, all because you let one relationship overshadow the many others that are equally important. Plato insightfully remarked, "People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die." When you choose to isolate yourself from your loved ones in favor of gaining someone else's favor, you may be setting yourself on a challenging path that could hinder your personal growth. This is why it's essential to actively maintain and strengthen these relationships. Take steps to reconnect with those who matter most. Invest time and energy back into the relationships with your friends and family. They form an irreplaceable support network, a true foundation that not only grounds you, but also gives you the strength to grow and thrive. Cherish these enduring bonds and the steadfast companions who have been by your side through both good times and bad. Embrace the love and support of these key people in your life, and remember that they are your constant, your rock in the shifting sands of life. In the spirit of Stoic wisdom, remember that true strength comes from maintaining a balanced and harmonious life. Your relationships with friends and family are like the roots and branches of a tree, providing you with stability and support. Don't let a new relationship cause you to neglect these vital connections. Instead, strive to nurture all your relationships, ensuring that you remain grounded and supported, no matter where life takes you. Number 8. Keep some aspects of your past private. Sharing every detail of your past with someone is like opening every drawer of your life's cabinet, displaying both your treasures and your trials. Your history, particularly the struggles and hardships, is incredibly personal. It's the chronicle of the path you've walked, the battles you've fought, and the lessons you've learned. These are not merely stories for others to enjoy or critique at their leisure. When you lay bare all your past secrets, you're not just recounting old tales. You're exposing wounds that might still be tender, making yourself susceptible to potential hurt or misuse. From a Stoic perspective, our past experiences shape who we are, but they do not define us. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that our struggles and challenges are essential for growth, but they are personal and should be shared thoughtfully. Imagine telling someone about a time you failed miserably at something you deeply cared about. This isn't just a story, it's a piece of your soul. If the person you're sharing this with doesn't respect or understand the significance, they might judge you, making you feel vulnerable and exposed. Seneca reminds us that no man is free who is not a master of himself. Part of mastering yourself is knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. Sharing every detail of your past can also be overwhelming for the listener. Think of it like reading an entire book in one sitting without taking breaks. It can be too much to process all at once. Instead, share your experiences like chapters in a book, one at a time, allowing others to fully grasp and appreciate each part of your journey. It's important to keep some of your secrets close to your chest. Not everyone needs to know the full extent of what you've experienced. Share selectively, revealing only what feels necessary, and keep the most personal aspects of your journey guarded. This selective sharing is not just about privacy, it's about maintaining your strength and safeguarding your spirit. Be judicious about who you trust with your deeper truths. Your personal history is yours alone. It forms the backbone of your identity and is not meant for casual consumption. By protecting the more sensitive parts of your story, you preserve your integrity and ensure your own security. Choose wisely whom you let in, keeping in mind that your life story is a precious narrative that should be shared on your own terms, not dictated by the curiosity of others. Remember Epictetus's wisdom. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. In relationships, listening and understanding others often matters more than telling your own story. When you do choose to share, make sure it is with someone who has earned your trust and who will honor your experiences. Your life story is a treasure, and only those who truly value you deserve to hear its most intimate chapters. Number 9. Don't overlook celebrating small wins. In the fast-paced dance of life, it's all too common to lose ourselves in the rhythm of meeting others' needs and chasing their approval. In this hectic rush, we often fail to acknowledge our own hard-won victories and the progress we've made. Yet, it's essential to remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is a milestone worthy of celebration. Picture yourself on a hike through the mountains. Each step uphill may seem insignificant on its own, but together they form a path leading to the summit. Think of those moments when you reach a lookout point. These are the milestones that show how far you've come, the tangible signs of your perseverance and strength. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, "Never depend on the admiration of others. Instead, take a moment to celebrate your own achievements. Appreciate the long nights, the hard work, and every challenge you've overcome. Each accomplishment, whether it's a major breakthrough or a small victory, is a testament to your resilience and determination. Celebrate these triumphs. Savor them. Let them serve as reminders of the incredible journey you are on." Life isn't just about reaching the final goal. It's about enjoying every step along the way, embracing both the highs and the lows. So let's raise a glass to our journey, honoring our victories and finding joy in each moment we experience. In our relationships, especially with women, it's important to maintain this Stoic perspective. Don't lose yourself in the pursuit of someone else's approval or validation. Instead, focus on your own growth and accomplishments. For example, if you're working late to achieve a personal goal, don't sacrifice your progress for the sake of pleasing someone else. Imagine you've been dedicating hours to improve a skill or achieve a personal milestone, like learning a new language or completing a challenging project at work. When you reach a milestone, take a moment to acknowledge your efforts. Instead of seeking praise from others, find satisfaction in knowing that you've done something worthwhile for yourself. Or think about a time when you've faced a personal challenge, such as overcoming a fear or sticking to a fitness routine. Each small victory, like completing a workout or confronting a fear, is a significant step forward. Don't wait for others to notice or applaud you. Recognize your progress and be proud of your determination and perseverance. The wisdom of Stoicism teaches us to find strength within ourselves and to be our own source of validation. By doing so, we can build healthier, more balanced relationships where we support each other's growth without losing sight of our own journey. Remember, true strength lies in acknowledging our own worth and celebrating our own successes. Let's continue to move forward with confidence, embracing every step of our path, and finding joy in our own achievements. Number 10. Don't let anyone steal your peace of mind. Safeguarding your peace of mind should be as vital as protecting a precious gem. Too often, we let others disrupt our inner calm with their demands, criticisms, or negative energy. Remember, like a fortress, your mind must be well guarded. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If you continually allow others to penetrate your mental barriers, you'll find your peace shattered, leaving you vulnerable to stress and anxiety. Imagine you're at work, and a colleague constantly complains about everything, from their workload to the weather. It's easy to get sucked into their negativity, but remember that their mood doesn't have to dictate yours. Instead, acknowledge their feelings without letting them influence your state of mind. Maintain your composure and focus on your tasks with a calm and centered approach. Or think about a family gathering where a relative always finds a way to criticize your choices. It might be tempting to react defensively, but instead, try to see their comments as reflections of their own insecurities. Respond with calmness or even silence, showing that their words have no power over your inner peace. It's time to fortify your defenses. Set boundaries that prevent others from overwhelming you with their problems or negativity. Instead of absorbing their chaos, maintain your serenity by responding with tranquility and detachment. For example, if a friend calls to vent about their issues repeatedly, it's okay to listen once in a while. But it's also important to know when to step back and not let their turmoil disrupt your balance. Your peace of mind is your sanctuary, not a battleground for others' conflicts. Let it be a place of refuge and strength, where you can always return for rejuvenation and clarity. When faced with daily stresses, practice mindfulness or meditation to keep your mind clear and calm. Reflect on the words of Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, who said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Remember, your mental space is sacred. Keep it clear, calm, and impenetrable. By embodying Stoic principles, you can navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, ensuring that no one can disturb your inner tranquility. As we wrap up our time together today, I want to take a moment to emphasize the incredible influence your choices have on your life, and the importance of staying true to yourself. Each of us has the capacity to make decisions that align with our deepest wishes, even when they go against what others might expect from us. Life is full of unexpected twists and challenges, but by prioritizing qualities like wisdom, courage, justice, and discipline, you can lead a life that is not only fulfilling, but also true to who you are. These virtues are the building blocks of a meaningful life, far outweighing the value of simply fitting in with the crowd. Remember, it's within your power to shape your own journey, to celebrate what makes you different, and to create a life story that reflects your personal values and beliefs. There's no need to sacrifice your true self or your happiness to meet someone else's standards. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that real freedom comes from within, from understanding that we control our own thoughts and actions. So, when you feel the pressure to conform, to give up your time, or to share more than feels right, remember that you have the autonomy to choose a different course. You are not obligated to live according to anyone else's rules. Claim the right to direct your own life based on what's genuinely important to you. Now is the time to break free from old habits that don't serve you. Make a decision today. Commit to it, and start working towards becoming the best version of yourself, no matter the hurdles you face. If this video has sparked something in you or given you fresh perspectives, please hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. Let them also gain from these enduring insights. We're eager to hear what you think about today's discussion. If you find yourself nodding along with what we've talked about, leave a comment saying, "I agree 100%, or tell us about your own experiences. Thank you for joining us on this path to deeper insight and enduring strength. Until next time, remain mindful, stay tough, and continue to embrace the wisdom of Stoicism.